First of fucking all, I would like to invite you and anybody else to eat a plate of my shit, okay? God won't let me go to sleep till I send out that invitation. Eat my shit.
It's crazy, man.
In the name of all that is holy and righteous. How about that?
AAS. And I don't see any of her stuff. And I have hot shit pies waiting for her whenever she's ready to eat.
Hot shit pies? What's that?
Yeah.
She knows too. Wait, whoa. Hot shit pies.
Yeah. Serving them. The hot sign is on right now. I just dropped the load in the toilet and it's ready for her mouth. A coward, I have no respect for. And she's a coward.
Who you calling a coward? Who you calling a coward? Bitch, you always
see. Here we go.
You always running. You always paying people to put me backstage.
Defending somebody else who I'm not even talking to. Bye, bitch.
So I'm a coward, but you running?
Whoa!
Off this panel. You see what I'm saying? That bitch said she ain't scared of no motherfucking body, but she can't face me. What the fuck? You the fucking coward, bitch. Get your ass back up here and get this shit pie in your face, smushed all up in your goddamn teeth. That gap, I'm gonna bridge the gap between them motherfucking teeth with your fucking shit pie. Get your bitch ass back up here, bitch. Don't you ever come over here calling somebody a fucking coward when you won. Don't you ever come up here and talk about somebody doggone schooling when your fucking ass got fired from a doggone school and you had to move 1,800 hours away from your fucking husband.
Shit, hold on.
They know I'm here.
Wait, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, bitch. Hey, you bitch ass niggas. Hey, look. Hey, bitch. That Josephine bitch. Look, shut the fuck up, ho.
Look,
I don't even want to talk to you, ho.
But
anyway, Nikki, you was on my dick, bitch.
No.
These facts. These are fucking facts, you ho.
Afro Svengalis, I wanted to make sure I came on here to provide some clarity. I want to give honor to the person who was so kind and generous to send this to me. I will not name the individual. If the individual so chooses to self-identify, the person is welcome to do so. I never agreed to go on any panel and get involved in any ghetto bullshit with Dr. Poop. There is no cowardice involved. Dr. Poop is the one that runs off the panels when she talks shit about people because she can't face what she does, and that is her problem. I want to make sure everybody knows, just don't worry about all the effort going in to try to get me to respond to bullshit. This is a situation, the weekend is here. People are anticipating that I'm going to just jump up and start responding all over the place to their bullshit. I don't give a crap. If a person is not in my plan, I don't give a shit what they say. I don't give a shit what they do. I focus on public servants. Anyone else making their comments, make their comments. There's a rule of thumb, which we should have learned when we grew up. If you don't want someone talking about you, try to not talk about them. So if somebody starts talking about you on their own, that's something else going on. This is what NPW does. But what she hates, she cannot stand it when people respond. She just doesn't get it. She starts shit with all these people, then freaks out when people dare to comment back. And you can tell the situation. When you go and just go into visit a chat that she's in, she can't even concentrate on the discussion. She starts freaking out because what people write. This person really does think she's entitled to have absolutely no response to her bullshit. Well, Dr. Poop is incorrect. So I'm coming on here to be very clear about something. Dr. Poop has a conniption fit every time I tell her more about her supposed field than she knows. I know more about her field than she does. I know more about the PhD degree than she does. And she's the one who has a dissertation. So what she has to do, she has to lie in order to push her points. She came on and said that I identified the school she went to, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. She said that I called it an effed up school. First off, I don't use the F word on the internet, so that's a lie right there. I stated that university accepts 93% of the people who apply. That's what I stated. Then I also called out the fact that her disastertation was just that, a disaster. So I said, what the hell is going on over there? She's the one that starts qualifying and throwing all the F words in and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. NPW, Dr. Poop, apparently is unaware that doctoral dissertation committees have a minimum of 4 people on the committee. She only had 3, and that is possibly why her disastertation was just that, a disaster. She also makes these statements about doctorate degrees of which she has no idea what she's talking about. She says that a PhD is higher than a JD, which is a Juris Doctorate. That is a lie. A Juris Doctorate is what someone earns when they go to law school and complete law school successfully. Juris Doctorate is a doctorate degree. What the hell is this person talking about? The highest degree. Bullshit. What about EDD? That's a degree in higher education. That's also a doctorate degree. A PsyD, a doctorate degree. So she wants everyone to believe, this is Dr. Poop, someone who gets a doctorate of medicine, which is a doctorate degree, they're going on to become a medical doctor. She wants you to think that her degree is, quote, higher than that. The JD, that's the degree that's required if you want to obtain a law license. You finish law school. She wants you to think that she's higher than them. Well, let me tell you something. If she is so much higher than them, why isn't she working in her field? Because she keeps calling herself a professor and she's not a professor. So she's not even working in the field that she wants to work in. Okay, she's working at a university, but she brags about being a professor and she isn't, which means she's not where she wants to be. She works as an administrator, a college administrator of assessment, and she was the one screaming about paper pushers. Remember she said I was a paper pusher when I said I worked at university for 13 years? I'm not arguing with her. I'm verifying that I know a hell of a lot more about the university system than she does. 3 people on the dissertation committee. It requires a minimum of 4. All of those mistakes resulted in a disastertation. People have a right to come on here and speak what they want. She isn't even proud of that disastertation because she requested that they take it offline. If you're so big and bad and proud about what you're doing, you're bragging about it and bashing everybody over the head with that disastertation, why did she take it down? What she needs to do is keep that mouth shut, because every time she opens it, she gets herself in more and more and more trouble. And she has yet to tell you how she stabbed, let me see your handcuffs in the back. She didn't tell you what she did. Let me tell you this. This is a very scary thing when you think about it. People who grow up and they do not have solid trust. However that came to be, they were betrayed. Who knows? If you are brought up in your formative years and you don't develop a sense of trust and loyalty early in life, you engage in the conduct that you see NPW, Dr. Poop, doing. Suddenly, without warning, she'll stab you in the back. And that's what she did to let me see your handcuffs. Like I give a damn, I don't. But she's running around here pretending like she's her friend, and she stabbed her. You have what you think is a positive relationship with Dr. Poop, and suddenly out comes the knives because she doesn't know what it's like to be trustworthy and reliable. She has no clue. Without rhyme or reason, she'll turn on people, and now they're her enemy. One day they're a saint, the next day they're a sinner. This type of extreme is something that I stay far away from. If I'm going to take action in terms of deciding about whether I'm going to rock with someone, trust you, it's because of something they did. Specifically because of something they did. Not just because I want to suddenly decide I want to seize power by stabbing people in the back. And that's what stabbing people in the back is. Stabbing people in the back means a temporary perception of seizing power because the person doesn't see it coming. But the other part of backstabbing is you leave the person behind you. And there's a reason for that. All of these bridges she's blown to smithereens. And what has she done? What has she earned? The foul, nasty, disgusting legacy of telling people to eat her shit. Quote, eat my shit. And this is someone who demands respect and says she's a professor, lies about being a professor. She absolutely fits this photo. This is her. This is what she started. She started this whole situation. She continuously offered or told people to eat her shit. She has no reason to be concerned or upset. She should stand by what she believes in. She should continue to advocate and push for that and offer it to people if that's how she really feels. That is who she is. And when she has to go around to these different demon-infused live streams trying to figure out who can I get to believe what I say, no one should be believing Dr. Poop because all she does is stab people in the back. That's what she's known for. And she realizes this. This is why she gets so mad when people say things about her. Listen, I don't give a crap what she says about me unless it's along the lines of sexual harassment. And that's what I'm building a case for. Actually, my case is pretty strong. She continues to run her mouth and sexually harass me and call me all kinds of names within the protected class category. And she keeps insisting that the president of the college is going to be on her side. Well, you know, someone else was trying to predict that, oh, they like me here at the school, so they're not going to listen. Well, yeah, right. I do not back off. When my rights have been violated, I move forward. But I move forward on my own time. You're going to be caught by surprise, but you are going to be caught. There's plenty of evidence for all these rogue public servants running around these YouTube streets just completely and totally violating the contracts that they signed. Then they want to turn around and say that you're harassing them, that you're calling them names, and they take down the videos that they posted. Well, that's not going to work because we have copies of the videos. We have audio, what people say. I don't give a hoot what you capture about me and who you give it to. It's not going to get you anywhere. Here's the key, people. What I have stated from day one. Whatever you do not replicate the acts of sexual harassers, people who threaten violence, child stalkers, homophobes, raging homophobes, people who race attack, people who attack people's religion. All of these things are prohibited by public servants. And Dr. Poop is trying to tell people, this is what I'm trying to tell you. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She says that she's not a public servant. She's extremely uneducated. Having a doctorate degree apparently doesn't mean a damn thing because she doesn't even know the contract that she signed. She has no clue what it says if she can get up here and say to the world that she isn't a public servant. She wants to just continue to say that to get you to believe she's not going to be in hot water when the president gets these clips. And the president won't be the only person getting these clips. I can assure you of that. I dare her to play her audio at a staff meeting. She won't do it. She won't do it. She's totally out of control, and she's trying to get other people to go along with her. No way. You did not get me to replicate a single act that you perpetrated that's against your contract. That's something that you're going to have to deal with. People, do not let these rogue public servants bait you. Do not let them bait you into doing what they are doing if you are a public servant. We have freedom of speech. We can speak out. We can give our opinions. But when you're a public servant, you're working for a public university, a public educational entity, or even a private entity. You're still considered a public servant. If a teacher isn't a public servant, who is? My God. Can you believe this? She wants the best of all these worlds, and they collide continuously. And she seems to think she's making points by making a fool of herself in all of these demon-infused live streams. She's making a fool out of herself. And I'm not going to even tell you all the ways that she's doing that. But we will certainly be keeping you updated on the process of my complaint against Dr. Poop. Dr. Poop created this for herself. This is all her doing. She has no one to blame but herself. And I tell you this much, Dr. Poop can't complain because this is what Dr. Poop said and did. How is Dr. Poop going to complain about something that Dr. Poop created and advocated for and continues to spew in these YouTube streets on international platforms? The only thing left at this point, people, is to tell you, never forget to heed the warning. Buyer beware.